Hi, my name is Laura Lewis, and I'm the lead researcher on this study. In this video, I'm going to be going over the questions that we'll ask you to answer in stage 1, when we'll ask you to tell us about your communication preferences. This stage of the study is estimated to take about 5 minutes. Please take as long as you would like to complete. We'll start by collecting some of your contact information so we can reach you during the study. Here we'll collect your name, pronouns, email address, phone number, and mailing address. We'll also ask if there's anyone else you would like us to send information to about this study, such as a guardian or supporter. If so, we'll also collect contact information for that person, including their name and email address. We'll also ask how you would like to receive information about this study. We can share information by email, text, phone call, or by mail, and in this question you can select all that apply. Now we'll ask you some questions to learn about how you prefer to communicate. How would you like to tell us about your communication preferences? For this option, you'll choose only one. You can always change your mind later. Your options include answering questions in person in either Burlington, Vermont or Montpelier, Vermont, on the phone, in an online meeting on Zoom, through an online survey, or through a mail-in survey. If you choose to complete this part of the study in person, on the phone, or in an online meeting, we will next ask how you would like to schedule an appointment to complete this part of the survey. If you choose a mail-in survey, we'll mail you a paper copy of the survey within the next 2 weeks. To continue working on this on the computer, you can select Online Survey. Next, we'll ask about your communication preferences for Stage 2 of the study. Stage 2 of the study will include checkbox-style questions. Questions will be about your background, such as your age, gender, and race, and about your health, for example, any symptoms that you experience. The estimated time for Stage 2 of the study will be 30 minutes, but can take as long as you would like. Your options to participate in Stage 2 of the study will include in person, in either Burlington, Vermont or Montpelier, Vermont, on the phone, in an online meeting on Zoom, through an online survey, or through a mail-in survey. Finally, we'll ask your communication preferences for Stage 3 of the study. In Stage 3 of the study, you'll answer broad, open-ended questions. Questions will be about your health experiences. We estimate Stage 3 will take approximately 60 minutes to complete, but you can take as long as you'd like. Your options for this part of the study include in person, in either Burlington, Vermont or Montpelier, Vermont, on the phone, in an online meeting on Zoom, through an online survey, or through a mail-in survey. Whatever options you select, we want you to be as comfortable as possible during the interview process. In the next few questions, we'll ask you to share any supports that might help. If you've chosen to participate in any parts of this study in person, we'll offer you 2 options for where we can meet you to conduct an in-person interview. The first is in a private conference room at the University of Vermont in Burlington, Vermont. The second is in a private office space at All Brains Belong, Vermont, a sensory-friendly primary care practice in Montpelier, Vermont. We'll ask you which of these options you prefer. In addition, we'll offer all of the following for any in-person interactions. We'll remind you of the meeting time. We'll provide instructions on how to find the meeting place. We'll send you questions in advance. We'll provide a written copy of questions during the interview. We'll provide notepaper, drawing supplies, and pens. We'll offer breaks and space to get away. We'll invite you to take time to process questions. We'll provide signs that you can hold up to cue needs, such as a pause, take a break, or stop the interview. We'll provide sensory toys. We'll provide bottled water. And we'll ensure that gender-neutral bathrooms are available. We'll also invite you to select any additional options that would support you to participate. Here you can choose as many as you would like. You can bring someone with you to support you during the interview, have someone from the research team escort you to the meeting place from the parking lot, see the meeting place ahead of time, use an interpreter, ASL or other language, use augmentative or alternative communication or AAC. There's also space to tell us, is there anything else you might need? For any parts of the study that take place on the phone, we'll offer all of the following. We'll remind you of the meeting time. We'll send questions in advance. We'll offer breaks. We'll invite you to move around. and we'll invite you to take time to process questions. You'll also be able to select any of these additional options that you'd like to support you to participate. Choose as many as you'd like. Use an interpreter, ASL or other language. Use augmentative or alternative communication or AAC. There's also space to tell us, is there anything else you might need? For any parts of this study occurring through an online meeting, we will do all of the following: remind you of the meeting time, send questions in advance, read questions aloud and type questions in the chat, invite you to turn your camera on or off, offer for the researcher to keep their camera on or off, invite you to type responses in the chat, offer breaks, invite you to move around, invite you to take time to process questions, and enable automated captions, which are captions generated by a computer. We'll also offer any additional options that will support you to participate. Choose as many as you'd like. We will also offer the following additional options that will support you to participate. Choose as many as you'd like. Have someone with you to support you during the interview. Use a live professional captioner, which are captions generated by a person. Meet with a member of the research team before the interview to practice using Zoom. Use an interpreter, ASL or other language. Use an augmentative or alternative communication, or AAC. We'll offer all of the following for any parts of the study that take place through an online survey. We'll share a link to a video overview of the materials. We'll allow you to leave and come back to the survey later. And we'll remind you to complete the survey if you do not complete it all at once. We will also offer any of the following additional options to support you in participating. Choose as many as you'd like. Meet with a research team member on the phone or on Zoom while you complete the survey. Use an interpreter, ASL or other language, and use augmentative or alternative communication or AAC. There's also space to tell us, is there anything else you might need? For any parts of the study that occur through mail-in survey, we will do all of the following: share a link to a video overview of the materials, remind you to mail the survey back, and provide a prepaid envelope to return the survey. We will also offer any of the following additional options that may support you to participate. Choose as many as you'd like. Meet with a research team member on the phone or on Zoom while you complete the survey. Use an interpreter, ASL or other language, or use augmentative or alternative communication or AAC. There's also space to tell us, is there anything else you might need? This ends stage 1 of the research study. If you selected to complete stage 2 in person, on the phone, or in an online meeting, we will ask you another question to see how you would like to schedule a time to complete the next stage of the study. You may select more than one option if you'd like. The choices are phone call, text message, email message, or through an online calendar, which there is a link to on the survey itself, so you can make an appointment right away on an online calendar if you prefer. For all of the other options, someone from our research team will reach out to schedule the next stage of the study with you. Once you submit this section, you should hear from us about next steps within a week. Thank you for listening.